my childhood was completely different. I spent a lot of time outside. I spent a lot of time with my friends. I spent a lot of time riding my bike and all that kind of stuff.
Wait.
What are you? What? Unfunny?
You had friends? More booty support. What's up, Erik? We're back, bud.
Hey.
This is our 30th episode.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to the big 3-0, man. We made it.
You'll be there soon.
See, now back to the age thing. Starting it off hot, starting it off nice, starting it off right. My name is Matthew Espinosa.
This is Erik Griffin.
And you are now watching another installment of Gen to Gen.
And let's also say hi to Uncle Bubs.
We always gotta say hi to Uncle Bubs. Uncle Bubs is always here chilling with us.
You have something in your hair.
Where?
It's right there on a little lower. Yeah, it's like hold on, keep going. Go like this. Yeah, it's out. It was a big speck of dust. No, you're fine now. Don't touch it. It was fine.
You know, I noticed you don't mess with your hair as much as you used to before we started doing this.
Well, because I'm wearing more hats now.
But you still have like a hair thing.
Yeah, I still have a hair thing.
There you go. It's out.
Thank you.
It was a piece of cat something.
That would have annoyed me if that was there the whole time. And you didn't tell me because you don't care about me. You're one of those friends who sees their friends with food in their mouth and you don't tell them until the end of the party.
It was on the other side of your head.
Way to have a way out.
Oh, man. I wasn't even looking at it.
So mean.
The fact that you... Oh, I don't know.
Oh, my
I just wanted to see that.
Oh, my gosh. Erik, that is your niece. That is your niece.
This little hairy, mangy niece. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Loving, though. This is the loving cat. Where's the other one? How's the other one doing since the surgery?
She's all right. She's been running around. I've been taking her back and forth from her spot to my spot. It's been cool, but she's been weird.
Just want to stop you right there because you just revealed a lot about yourself. So you've been
no. Love bug spot. My cat spot. My cat spot.
Busted! Guess who's in a relationship, y'all?
You know, like on Grand Theft Auto where it says like wasted or whatever when you die, it's like wasted.
That's what just happened. And you're like,
But
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Matthew. He went from seeing to dating, seeing, exclusive to now in a relationship.
Yeah, sure.
Next is gonna be moving in, and then it's gonna be proposal, and we'll watch the whole thing right here from Gen to Gen.
Yeah, totally. They actually have been watching such a long timeline of my relationship stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
From what I've been wanting to tell you guys, by the way, everyone needs to also understand social media is still a game in itself, and I'm choosing what I put out there for a reason.
But, you know. This is an important thing that you should.
It is, and that's why I do like doing this podcast because, like, as much as it is fun, just having a podcast, it's cool having like a public diary, for lack of better terms, like a public journal that we can look back on.
And you can control it. It's your words. Nobody can parse your words. You're saying your words, and even if somebody says some nonsense about you later, you have another week to come back and go, all right, let me correct something. That's what's great about this platform. Nobody can they can keep saying whatever they want, but you can always have a time to like come back and do your thing. So congratulations.
Exactly. Thank you,
Mr. Bubs.
And speaking of podcasts,
do you have a nickname, by the way?
Yeah, Matty Ice Deluxe.
No,
I'm just joking. No.
What if she called you that? That'd be so.
Hi, like, Matty Ice Deluxe. What did you want?
You're from the other room.
Yeah,
Matty Ice Deluxe.
What did you say you wanted on your pizza again?
All right. So anyway, what were you saying about? Oh, and last week. Oh wait, do we have any comments from
let's go
about the last week's episode?
Yes, let's go over comments first because what I was talking about before we go over to the comments, and then we'll get into this topic after the comments, is you were saying about how podcasts you have a week to talk about it. If people take your words out of context, and that can help us transition into the conversation about Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber with their back and forth with the podcast stuff. But before we jump into that, let's go over some comments.
Oh.
So Our last episode, we were talking a little bit about MagCon. We were talking about the Jake Paul Anderson Silva fight. We were talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. We were talking about if I was being different with the first time me being on the podcast with you know who here. But we were talking about topics too. We asked you guys to give us some topics that you would want us to talk about, and we have a cool comment. We have a cool couple comments that we want to read to you guys. So first one we got from Jamie Randolph saying, a topic to talk about is how Erik saw the world growing up and what he thought of it compared to how Matt now sees Matthew. I'm going to start correcting everyone every single time now because I don't like Matt.
Why not?
I just don't like Matt. I've talked to you about this. I
Yeah,
don't
but
like Matt.
tell them why you don't like it so they know.
I just don't like Matt because my name isn't Matt. It's like someone being named Rebecca and then everyone calls him Becca. It's like, yeah, some people don't mind it.
It's an endearing shortening of the name because people don't like using a lot of like syllables.
Oh no, one extra syllable.
Rebecca.
Okay, that's different than Matthew. It's one less syllable.
Matthew.
Okay.
Matt.
Yeah, but I'm not a Matt. There's some people who like going by Matt. I don't like going by Matt. I think it's more like.
What is it about it specifically?
It's just like.
You think it's more grown up to be Matthew?
No.
Then what is it then?
Because you got Matthew McConaughey, but you also got Matt Damon.
Uh-huh.
So it's not about that. It's just the fact like my mom calls me Matthew, my family calls me Matthew. Minus my brothers. I wish my brothers called me Matthew more. They always call me Matt. They call me Matt. And I don't like it. But my sister calls me Matthew, and I like it. And I notice it when people call me Matthew. I actually notice it because it's that much of a norm now for people to call me Matt that I notice it when people call me Matthew.
You still haven't given us a concrete, I don't like it because of...
Because it's... Okay, I don't like it because it's not my name. Matt is not my name on my birth certificate. I've said this. Matthew is. My mom goes by Matthew, so I got to go with what Mama says.
Mama call me Matt? Matthew?
Oh, yeah, from Bobby Boucher?
No, from Coming to America.
Oh.
You're too young. We always talk about... Because Muhammad Ali had this whole big thing. His name was Cassius Clay. And then he had a big fight with a guy, and he changed his name to Muhammad Ali, and the other guy wouldn't call him Muhammad Ali. He kept calling him Cassius Clay. So in the fight, when Muhammad Ali was beating his ass, he was going, "What's my name? What's my name?"
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Cassius. Sorry, that was a joke.
Yeah, see, Matt.
It was all right. That was a layup of a joke right there.
All right.
Hey, no, but R.I.P.
we'll call
Muhammad
him
Ali.
Matthew
No,
from
but
now on.
R.I.P. Muhammad. He was more.
Well, I don't like when people spell my name wrong. It's Erik.
Okay,
so I get it.
So there you go.
So even on all the,
So can I start calling you Rick?
I'm looking at it. My mom used to call me Ricks.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
See, but that's your mama
Rick.
made the rules. Then that's
It is what it is. People call me all kind of things, but it's like you have to understand the person, why they're calling you this, or like if they don't, what their intent. There's no evil intent when somebody calls you Matt. All right.
I know.
Okay.
I know. There's no evil intent though when I'm asking them to call me Matthew either.
Okay.
Okay, so
it's kind of controlling and bossy.
Oh my God! All right, so back to Jamie's comment. She said of how Matthew now sees the world and what he thinks of it. Has it gotten any better or worse in your views? What needs to change, if anything? Crimes, war, politics, economy, entertainment, technology, etc. Yeah, so that's a big one. We'll get into the smaller ones right now, and then we'll cover that one at the end. So we have another one that says from Chronic Man 07 saying, Erik is so good at talking, he can make anyone sound funny, even Matt.
Oh, so that's a double.
That's a double one. I saw that comment.
Matthew,
I was like,
didn't say Matthew and didn't think you're funny.
Didn't think I'm funny, but honestly, like he's the stand-up comedian. He's the funny guy between us. So I'll give him the trophy for that one.
Matt makes me cute.
All right, so we have another one.
There was no MagCon question?
Yeah, no, we do. MagCon days were crazy. Matt was literally my favorite among the MagCon. Where'd it go? Matt was my favorite among the MagCon boys, even though I even created a fan account for it.
Oh, wow.
Also, I think if Vine still exists and popular today, TikTok wouldn't stand a chance. Debatable. I think they both would have their own, place in this world. But I think TikTok, with all the different sounds and effects, we didn't have any of that on Vine. So I think they're both very different in that way. But yeah. So we have another one from Nikki Lowers saying, MagCon was the craziest time, even for the fans, I feel like. But Just know we've been Team Matthew out here from the jump. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. And then we got another one saying by Playboy William. Playboy William's back.
Uh-oh.
With an I. Playboy. B-O-I. He says, we need you both on Bad Friends. Oh, that's the podcast. That's a podcast, right?
Yeah. I'll have to ask them. I could
Go
possibly
comment right now. Go tweet them. Go comment saying we need Matthew and Erik.
I could probably make that happen on something.
So we have another one from saying or from where is it? Oh, Matthew Gilman. Keep the episodes coming, y'all. They're really great. Enjoy the different perspectives from you both. However, the off-screen commentary is off-putting.
Wait. Is that from a girl?
No, Matthew Gilman.
Okay.
A Matthew, ironically enough.
But you spell it all funky. How many fan accounts do you think you have since from the beginning? What is like at the height of the Espinosa fan base? How many like
fan accounts?
Fan accounts. And what did you first think when you saw the first time you saw it was like pictures of you, all these pictures of you on some account that's not yours? What did you think of that?
First time I saw it, I was just like, what is happening right now? I didn't really understand. Can you just pet her without grooming her? Do you know what you're doing right now?
Okay, look.
There's
even if I do this, the hair comes off.
You don't need to do that. You can just scratch.
Oh, you don't think hair comes off when you do that?
I know, but it's just like
he doesn't take care of this cat.
Don't say that. I don't take care of my cats.
He doesn't
just
take care
I
of his
don't.
cat. This cat never gets a haircut.
No. She sheds way more than Lovebug. No. Okay, but she sheds way more than Lovebug. You can already tell that. She does shed a lot more than Lovebug.
Why?
I don't know. It's the type of cat.
Hey, cat people out there. Is there any real cat people out there? Or can you tell us, this doesn't feel okay for me. I feel like the cat is shedding way too much. Okay?
It's just hot, she's a thicker cat. So, Lovebug, like I said, barely sheds.
Well, different type of cat, but this one seems to be this is a lot. I mean, this is a lot. If you look at my Instagram.
Okay, now you're going to have to vacuum it, and then it's going to be annoying on... Yeah, now go... Okay, yeah, no more of this. Now people are dealing with a vacuum on a podcast episode, because that's amazing to the ears. People are in their car on their way to work, just...
Yeah, this is ASMR.
Okay, let's go with that. Next time we'll bring some crunchy food for us to just be like...
Yeah. Yeah, I love all that.
Where they tap on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, we have O2L sounds like a 90s R&B group. Haha, they were laughing at your comment. But now let's talk about let's go back to the original one where we were saying
football.
Jamie, when she asked how you saw the world growing up compared to how I saw it. I mean, just to keep it simple, I saw the world. I didn't really see it in a very specific way, we had TV, we had movies. I didn't get my first cell phone till I was in middle school. I was outside a lot. It was all about hanging out with your friends in person until it wasn't, and
when do you think that was?
I think it started becoming in 2013, 2014, when Vine, I think, came out. It was when all these people, because the only way you could be popular on the internet, unless you were a big celebrity, was YouTube. And even YouTube wasn't even out that long prior to
when did YouTube start?
It was probably in 2007, right?
I don't even remember.
2006 maybe. But at the end of the day, the main point is it was about hanging out with friends. It was about just having fun. It wasn't about creating videos and all that different type of stuff. And I just liked doing that at such a young age because I just liked movies.
I think you also had because when did you guys move to the haunted house?
2007.
Right. And how old were you?
I was 10.
Okay, so then that's a big. Okay, so
I started making videos when I was 10.
I know, but you lived in this big house with this huge yard, and you had 4 brothers and sisters, and you had a fire pit and a forest in front of you.
I had a lot of space to create.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like that's like a different upbringing than like it wasn't an urban upbringing.
Yeah,
urban city upbringing. So I understand why being outside and all that stuff was a thing. But I wonder when it switched for people or young people, because like I always had to go outside. That was the only way you could play. Mm-hmm. There was no internet at all. There was only
playing video games.
There was only 4 TV. Not like that. No, not at all. It wasn't like a thing where the video games weren't good. You think of my ColecoVision and playing Asteroids. I mean,
That's not better than Call of Duty Warzone.
You couldn't do that as much as you like. And then I mean, as the video games got better, it became a thing. But even still, there was no. Like not having the internet or not having a cell phone too, that was another thing. Like, so my childhood was completely different. I spent a lot of time outside. I spent a lot of time with my friends. I spent a lot of time riding my bike and all that kind of stuff.
Wait.
What unfunny?
You had friends? I had to do it right back to you.
But everyone believes I have friends. I'm a very charismatic person. Looking at you, nobody would think.
Try to crack a joke, and I just get insulted. Not even roasted, insulted. There's a difference between roasting. It still has a level of endearment to it. Insulting?
You old skinny. No, so I think that's. But I mean, what I'm saying is like you probably had more similar childhood to me than say some of the people that are growing up right now with all the things that they have right now. And I don't know if it's good or bad, but I do 100% believe that cell phones, social media, the internet, dating apps and all that has completely stunted human interaction and connection.
Yeah. Anyone born past 2003 or 4, that's all you're used to. That's all you know. Like I was actually doing a little bit of we were talking about that, or I saw these people talking about that on this podcast once, and I went to the comments, and everyone was saying, if you were born in between 96 and like 2003 or 4, you had this awesome balance of like, I grew up having to go to my friend's house, knock on their door. Hey, is Jack home?
Yeah.
Hey, is blah, blah, blah home? Calling them. Hey, is Johnny blah, blah, blah home? I want to come over. Can he come over here? Like blah, 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 And then, but I still was able to, by the time high school came around, Twitter started becoming a thing. Like I had a balance of both. Nowadays, kids are born into their parents filming them on an iPhone at their birth. You know what I'm saying? Like that didn't happen.
Yeah, but you don't understand.
So, which brings in another question. How much footage you think is going to get lost?
Oh, well, it's not going to get lost. It's going to get unwatched.
Yeah. I don't mean lost. I don't mean like not being able to be found. I just mean like there's so much video.
You already have
I have like 40,000 videos.
You have on your phone right now.
Yeah.
You don't understand though, but my generation is the guinea pig generation. My generation is because we had all the things you enjoy now. I had the first one.
Yeah.
My first cell phone looked like this. And I was like, "Yo, what up? Guess where I'm calling you from?
Where you calling me from?
I got my hello.
I lost you.
Hold on a second.
Hello. I lost you.
This is how big the cell phones were, and we thought this was dope. Like, yo, what up over there? I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone right now. That's what we used to, So it was like we had the first cell phone. I had the first computer, a Commodore 64. Oh, wow. I had the first and then I remember that first Apple. Yeah. And then it was I had a ColecoVision, I had an Atari, a ColecoVision, I had so I had like the ground floor of all this stuff.
Yeah.
And even with the cell phones, I remember you had a cell phone, then it was like a flip phone. You're like, oh wow.
Yeah.
And then you had
it opens.
And then you had the screen, and it was like I remember texting started, and then it was like it went color. Even in entertainment, I remember like it was all black and white headshots. It was just all black and white headshots. Until it wasn't. And then one day, it was cheaper. Like, significantly cheaper. It went from everybody had black and white headshots to everybody had color headshots like this. It used to be that, the agencies would, they would have your headshots, and then they would have to courier them to the casting offices.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here's the people for this job. Like a fax would come in. The breakdowns would come in on a fax, and then they would look.
What's
and
a
see,
fax?
yeah, you know, whatever, and then they
yeah.
would have to send the stuff. And now it's just everything is submitted differently. Everything is like, you know, people don't develop photos anymore.
When did they stop doing carrier pigeons?
Yeah, I don't know. Right? Imagine. It feels like that was just yesterday.
But I mean, yeah. So to answer your question, Jamie, I think that like, you know, based on our generation, you know, I think, I mean, I was blessed enough to be able to have both of the balance. And like Erik said, he was the first of a lot of these, you know, these different things, you know, like it just, for instance, having color TV. You probably do you remember that day?
I do remember that day. I remember specifically that day because my mom had surprised me with it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we had this black and
What
white
if it was
TV.
like role reversal? Like you grew up with color TV and your parents surprised you with a black and white TV. You're like, what the?
I know. Well, that's all. Yeah, all these like hippie liberals will be like that. I only watch black and white TV
Because vintage.
Yeah, and then I have my record player. Yeah, I remember that day.
Wow,
Yeah, it was like then it was just like whoa, because there were shows. Yeah, I was a kid. When I was a kid, we were still watching I Love Lucy. And that was like in black and white. I was still watching, Saturday morning, you're still watching like the Three Stooges, which is black and white. I was watching Bob Hope movies and they were black and white. And so then it was like, then when it came to color, you were just like, whoa, this is amazing.
Well, speaking of that, do you think that life was brighter for you as a kid?
Brighter? What do you mean?
Like there's these memes. It's like life back then, color versus like color now, and I could see that I'll have to show you the video sometime. I'll put it on the screen if I can find it, but life was just colorful growing up, and I feel like as we got older it just became more dull.
Well,
does that make sense? Is it perception?
I think
because less things are new to us.
I think it's all perception. For instance, this is the best example of it. When I first saw the first Jurassic Park. So the first Jurassic Park was the first time computer-generated images were being used in a movie in a way that it was supposed to look like realistic.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you're sitting in this theater in 1990 or whatever it was, and that scene where the guy's looking at the dinosaur for the first time, and then when the dinosaur came on the screen, dude, the whole theater was just like, wow.
Oh, yeah. Y'all are probably tripping.
Oh, it was just the most amazing thing you'd ever seen in your life. I think I saw Jurassic Park like 10 times in the theaters. That's how it was new. Okay, cut to now. I'm not amazed by anything.
Yeah.
But it's still amazing.
Yeah.
So that's
you'll see the craziest things with the highest quality ever, and we're just very numb to it.
No, the best actually CGI is when you don't know it was CGI until you see the making of the movie.
Yeah.
Then you're amazed.
When you see that the entire movie was made in front of a blue or green screen.
Or whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, what? That's
wild. When they do when they add some stuff that when because when it's CGI, when it's like, oh, that there's no such thing as a dinosaur or.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some crazy CGI moments. I love watching behind the scenes of movies and seeing how all the process comes in, because that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Aside from being an actor, I want to make film too. And I always am going back and forth on what's more exciting to me, the actual making of the film or being an actor in it. And it's amazing that there's people who can utilize how smart they are to come together to this conglomerate of a group of people and be like, okay, this lighting right here is going to be this blue screen right here, and then this is going to happen. We're going to put the whole city behind you right here. And they know how it's going to work. Pre-shot, they do the shot, and then in post, they edit it so perfectly you don't even know. It's so
imagine
amazing.
how weird it must be. I've never been in anything like that.
Like a green screen?
Where you have to pretend like there's a zombie right here or something. I don't know. I've never done that. Because if you look at the making of Avatar, that's one where it's they're not in any jungle at all.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because for Rango with Johnny Depp, I don't know if you knew this, they had them act out all the parts. They actually they set up things and they had them actually act out the parts. So if he was walking or something, they would actually have Johnny Depp with like a toothpick in his mouth, be like, "I'm Rango," blah, blah, blah. Like they would actually have them do all these things to make it as realistic as possible. That and the other movie, Fantastic Mr. Fox or something like that, or it's like it's a weird film, or like a unique type film. I forget who it's from, but I think Wes Anderson actually. It might be a Wes Anderson film. But they actually had them act out all the parts, even though there's no humans in it. It's a claymation, I believe.
Oh.
And they actually had them act it. So if it was a motorcycle scene or whatever, they would actually be recording the audio of the actors on a motorcycle.
Well, sometimes when I'm looking at something and I think to myself, like I'm not even now. Sometimes I look at something and I go, I'm not even impressed by the CGI so much as I am impressed by the actor interacting with the CGI.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that.
I've actually had to do that before for this Facebook short called Text Committee. We had this huge white room. It was like an infinity room almost. And and we had the same person who did the CGI for Game of Thrones, I think actually. We had one of the people who did that. And we had this big table or whatever, and we had to be like, throw it up on the screen. Okay, we're reading things on the screen, and it's weird, bro, because you have to make sure everyone's looking at the same part of the screen. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, and you're trying to fixate on that while understanding your lines, while understanding who you're trying to be, I give it to those actors. It's hard.
Yeah, there was this one.
And that was a fraction of what other people had to do.
Well, there was this one great scene in for that CGI stuff in Twilight. It was not Twilight, but one of the Twilights. I don't know.
Where he turns into the wolf on the jump?
No. I'm obsessed with Twilight. It's like a thing.
Obsessed with Twilight, but can't think of the scene.
If I start, I'm saying I can't remember which movie it was, but I'm saying that like if I start watching Twilight, then the next thing you know, I have to watch all 5 movies.
Oh yeah, there's 5 of them.
Yeah, the first 3, and then they're like they split the 2.
Can you name all 5 though?
Yeah, it's Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, then whatever the last one was, I forgot.
You're not a Will fan.
Yeah, they're like it was too much. But anyway, there's a scene where like Bella's watching them do stuff, and then Jacob as a werewolf walks up to her on the side of her, and she's like laying on him. You know what I mean? She's like, and she's caressing him and stuff, and it's like the graphics. It's seamless.
Yeah.
Where you just anytime they do stuff like that, you go, I wonder how they did that. That's when it's great. Like even it's like when you go watch a magician in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like it's not real, but there's a part of you that's like, how the hell did they do that?
Magicians are crazy, bro.
David Copperfield. I don't know if you ever seen him, but
no. I would love to go to Vegas and see a show.
Oh, you got to go watch David Copperfield because you're looking, man. You're like, nah, they're not gonna get me.
Is he still performing?
Yeah. And MGM Grand, you can be like, they're not gonna get me, and then you're just like, what? So that's how I feel about when I'm watching. So as if I'm like celebrating the graphic artists and the creators of whatever they just made, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, whoa, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing. Like but that's probably because I don't know. I'm just like I examine things like that. Some people just lose themselves in it. And they just suspend their disbelief and they just go. Yeah. That's the best. When a movie's great, that's what you do.
Yeah.
When a movie's great, you just kind of like, But after you've watched something 3, 4, 5 times, then you start to like see other things and you start to like appreciate different things in the movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And for me too, like that's what I've noticed too. Like if I can just suspend my disbelief in all this stuff, like if I'm not even fixated on the production side of it, then I'm just obsessed with the story. Like I'm watching Better Call Saul right now, and wow.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it because I just was like,
it's slow.
Once I know how things are going to end, it's like I know this goes into Breaking Bad. I mean, I know what happens.
Yeah,
so I just kind of like, I'm not always
for
big
prequels.
on the origin story.
Yeah,
unless it's like some information that, like, this is showing us some real. Information. I'm like, oh, that's how that happened, or whatever. Star Wars is always trying to do that with these movies that they come out with,
prequels and like the build-up stories and all this stuff. But the thing is that like then now, and this is making me want to rewatch Breaking Bad. And I know once I finish Better Call Saul, I'm gonna want to start Breaking Bad again.
That's what they want, because that's what I believe they got the guys from Breaking Bad to be in the last.
Don't tell me.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Better Call Saul?
No, I don't watch it. But that's what people,
Okay, well, don't tell me. Jeez.
Hey, buddy, it's already been out. Okay.
All right, yeah, but there's a difference between going and trying to find spoilers and then having my co-host.
You're one of those. You're one of those. Like,
what do you mean I'm one of those?
Okay, so you haven't seen I See Dead People. Bruce Willis is dead in that, by the way.
I haven't. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
What's it called? Oh,
don't tell me now. Gee, what is wrong with you? Do you wake up every morning saying, what movie, what TV show can I ruin for Matthew now?
20-year-old movies, or even
but that doesn't mean
a year later. I'm sorry, you don't get spoiler alerts.
Yes,
you don't get spoiler alerts on stuff that's been out a long time.
Yes, I do.
All right, poll. What do you guys think? How long? What is the statute of limitation on a spoiler alert?
All right, what's the statute of limitation on controlling your mouth and not saying a spoiler? There's a difference between me Googling it and me coming across it on accident versus you going out of your way to voluntarily telling me a spoiler.
You know what?
That's a good point to make, no?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know what to say about you.
What a load of bull crap.
All right.
Well, now let's talk about... we're not going to talk about the ending of MagCon and while it ended.
Why not?
Because I want to talk about the Hailey and Selena podcast. You were telling me about that.
Oh,
right
yeah.
before.
So Selena
We'll talk about MagCon in the next episode.
All right.
Everyone.
So Hailey Bieber apparently was on.
This is like time sensitive.
Yeah, she was on the Call Her Daddy podcast, and she's kind of revealing all. My Rachel watches it. She listens and watches that.
My Rachel.
And so apparently...
You didn't notice you said that?
No.
You're like, my Rachel is watching.
I didn't say my Rachel. Did I say my? Whatever. What's my Rachel? There's a lot of Rachels out there.
That's true. That's a good point. It's just clarifying, Someone else would be like, hey, it's my Rachel. What?
Wait, they're looking at their Rachel like, oh, wait, were you?
You were just bringing up that podcast too the other day.
Let's see. So apparently, Hailey Bieber goes on the Call Her Daddy podcast, which is a huge
And when did this happen?
Recently, I guess last week or something like that. And she was finally going in kind of like, hey, I didn't steal Justin from Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Even though she didn't mention her specifically. And I didn't realize how much hate, but I guess, of course there would be. If you think about it, like there's such big online presence. Justin
and Selena. They were a
and
thing
even
for
Hailey
so
and even
long.
Hailey Bieber was they're big, or
Yeah.
Hailey, whatever her name was before that. It's
Baldwin?
amazing. I already forgot. I forgot her name was Hailey Baldwin, just like that. Now I only know her as Hailey Bieber. Like when I go to Erewhon, I get a Hailey Bieber smoothie. Have you had a Hailey Bieber?
They have
smoothie?
a Hailey Bieber smoothie at Erewhon?
Yeah, it's delicious. So every time I go, I say, "Can I get a Hailey Bieber?"
Let me get an H Biebs.
Yeah,
Let me get an H Biebs.
So it's actually a good smoothie. Rachel gets it all the time. She calls me, "Give me a Hailey Bieber." I like saying it to her. Yeah, give me a Hailey Bieber.
Do they have a Justin Bieber one?
No.
What? Oh, but they do have a Justin Bieber plate at this restaurant in Beverly Hills called Il Pastel.
Really?
It's called the Justin Bieber, and it's pretty fire.
Oh, really? All right. Well, we got to get a.
That's when you know you made it, when you got your name on a
know.
menu.
We got to go.
Forget about a Hall of Fame star on the Hollywood Boulevard.
You have a snack.
Yeah, you have a snack.
So Selena, so then Hailey Bieber's telling all. She's saying like, "Hey, he was single," and she's kind of like going in. But then now she's being attacked. But what I realized
By Selena's fans.
Yeah, but they've been attacking her.
Oh, for years probably.
Yeah, they've been attacking her, just like you stole her, and all this stuff. So I think she just kind of came out with it.
People just love thinking they know the story.
Yeah,
they love thinking they were there during the breakup. They were there. Right. It's like everyone was like, there was a live stream happening when they were breaking.
Yeah,
up,
like
so
they were chaperoning every date they went on.
Yeah,
like
it's like
100 million people were there. Like he's kissing her. Shh. So I don't know, and so it's just I just feel like it must be a lot to have your life in the public eye on that level.
Yeah, and I to a degree, I feel bad for them both, and honestly, I feel like I feel a little bit more bad for Hailey in this scenario because like she's just doing what she wants to do. She's with the person who she loves. She's with the person
fell in love, and
like what can you do? But you can't help who you fall for.
I mean, I'm
like,
sorry it didn't work out with Justin, and it didn't work out. If it was going to work out, it would have worked out.
Exactly, and that's the main thing. It's like you can't scrutinize someone for falling in love with someone else. You can't scrutinize people for not like. What about Brad and Angelina? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brad Pitt and Angelina, like, are Angelina Jolie's
Yeah,
friends mad
but-
at Jennifer
yeah, but-
Aniston and like
no,
and
but that's not how. No, they should be mad at her because he left Jennifer Aniston for her.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
See,
but he does that all the time. He's done that like 4 times now.
Yeah, what does Brad Pitt though?
He's in a movie with a chick, and then they have some kind of chemistry, and then he gets with her. To me, that's bad acting. That means to me that hey, bro, you're acting. You're not supposed to have real feelings. Okay.
Yeah. Do you think actors can accidentally get feelings for someone?
Of course.
Accidentally though?
Yes, because it's like you're with someone like all that time, so you have to just be, you have to keep control of yourself. So Hailey Bieber said in her article, she said she understood how it looks from the outside, and the history between the ex couple, but they had closure. She's saying, And she goes, I know for a fact that it was the right thing for them to close that door. They were not in a relationship at the time, but of course there's a very long history there, Hailey explains.
Yeah. And she has to respect the history, obviously.
Yeah,
And that's what
exactly.
she's doing. She's being a grown woman about it. And obviously, I don't think Selena's telling her fans to go attack Hailey, And even Selena's saying, hey, let's just be, like, didn't you say Selena said something?
Yeah, because she came out, was just trying to be like, hey, guys.
Like after the podcast with Hailey.
Yeah,
Okay.
like stop the hate. And
Yeah,
she's trying
yeah.
to like,
She's
she
being
came
an
out with a
adult, too,
message.
about it.
Yeah. But she goes, and then Hailey Bieber was like, a lot of hate comes from it. Oh yeah, you stole him. And I guess maybe that just comes from the fact that they wished he had ended up with someone else.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Apparently she did not mention Selena Gomez's name specifically in the podcast.
Yeah, but it's the elephant
And
in the room.
And then Gomez appeared to have reacted to the interview on a TikTok live session. too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
She did not mention Hailey or Justin's name. She reminded the public that words matter.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
and when I said earlier too, like I feel a little bit more bad for Hailey than Selena. It's the reason I say that is because Hailey's the one being scrutinized right now. It's by Selena's fans. It's not. I don't think it's Hailey's fans going to Selena being like, blah 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 blah. You did this, you did that. It's like, you know what I'm saying. And obviously Selena, like I said, isn't telling her fans to go to Hailey and be like, hey, go hate on them. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Right.
So I do feel bad for Selena where she's going to probably get the backlash of that, going to probably look like someone who's telling them to do that. But obviously she's like, look, let's just be cordial about this. Let's be diplomatic about this. Let's not have an argument about this. People move on. People fall in love with someone else. That's it. And the thing is like,
Or they fall back in love with someone that they were in love with before.
Exactly. Oh, God. Come on. Come on. Come on. Why? What do you gain from this?
That look on your face.
Oh,
it's
God.
worth it.
It's so priceless, huh? The
It's
price
worth
is
it.
right with this one, huh?
Yeah.
But like I said, like it's a tough scenario to be in for them both because Hailey, she's dating, for lack of better terms, one of the most famous dudes on the entire planet. One of the most well-recognized names and faces on the entire planet. So she understands the war that might come with it.
Well, I
even
think
if it wasn't.
But I think that they had prior history too, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying
They've known
even-
each other a long time.
Yeah, I think they've known each other since they were like 13.
Yeah,
or
and then
14.
it's like it's a weird like I guess, and also when you're like that famous, there's not that many people you want to date or can date. You're all in this sort of like
I mean, I think they
weird-
work. I think Hailey and Justin work.
Well, obviously.
Not to say Justin and Selena didn't. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
Well,
like,
obviously it
I think
didn't.
I think it works well in the scenario of like she comes from a family too, and of like celebrity status. She's already kind of understands that world too. It's not she's not a random no name. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. But
So I think that's another
but
reason
didn't
why it
she
works.
date like Cameron Dallas and these kind of people for a little while or something like that? I don't even know all the people but that's what my point is.
I don't
It's like
know.
that kind of universe.
Yeah.
So
I know she's dated some celebrities
They
before. I think
they
she
ended
dated,
up
like,
together, and it is what it is.
It is what it is, and like I just think first off, from Justin's side, it's unfair for people to try to control his life of who he dates or whatever. And that
Do you
must
think
be-
he should say something publicly?
I mean that's a difficult thing to say because you eventually don't want to add fire to the fuel fuel to the fire because the thing is, what if the majority, the 95% isn't even doing it, and now if Justin says something, then that's him bringing it up, and everyone's like, wait, what? There's something going, and then people are going to go into
Okay,
it more.
but I wonder
Maybe
if
it's like a don't ask, don't tell type thing.
Yeah, but I wonder if I wonder if you're a girl out there and you're Hailey, would you want your husband to be the one that comes on as like, hey, we weren't together. I wasn't with Selena at the time. We had broken up. It didn't work with us. And Hailey was there for me after, and we rekindled, and I realized she was the one.
I don't think it's a big enough thing right now for Justin to say something, maybe.
Do you think he should have said something? That's what I'm asking. You don't think he should?
I mean, maybe.
That's what I'm asking. That's why I'm asking the girls, because this is like your guy perspective thing. It's the same reason why you don't even, you know what I mean? You're like you want to just be like, oh, relationship, what?
Yeah, what? I'm in a relationship. Who? Me? Who?
So I wonder if the girls think because couldn't he have just squashed it from the beginning? But maybe he did. I don't follow enough to know. Maybe the people that are really in the know and the people that really follow the situation, have you seen him just come out and be like, hey, y'all, leave my wife alone, But I don't know. Like I said, when it's all said and done, if you're like team whatever, Hailey won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She took the dub.
Yeah, she got the W right there, right?
And so did Justin, I guess, and so did Selena. They all got the dub because if they're all happy, who?
Well, I don't know.
Who loses?
I kind of feel from like her music and her demeanor about it. I feel like Selena Gomez is like
She probably is hurt, just like it was probably hard for Justin too. It was probably hard
to be with him.
I mean, at the end of the day, there's going to be pros and cons to everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like Selena hasn't dated anyone since.
That's still good.
Since they broke up.
Yeah.
Selena's dated other people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so
she's also like I don't know. She's on this great show on Hulu.
Murderers in the Building.
Murders in the Building, and she's doing a great job on that. So now she's like, she's got the cooking show. She's got her music, Like, I don't even know. I couldn't tell you one Selena Gomez song, but if I heard it, I'd be like, oh, that's Selena Gomez? Because I've heard it.
She has this bop of a song. It's like, it's like, bro.
This is like how I can't remember Twilight?
Yeah. No, but I would hear it, bro. I would hear it so often, and it's like, it's such a bop. It's a throwback song.
Is this what the kids are saying? It's a bop?
It's a bop, bro.
You guys say that? I've never heard that before. A bop. Is that the new thing, or is that your thing?
Anybody? Na 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 na. Oh, you got every right to a beautiful life. Who says? It's who says. That's what it is. That's what it is, bro. Wow. She has it.
Are you a fan?
Yeah, bro. I love
Selena. It doesn't sound like it.
No, bro. This one, bro.
Yeah, but you can't play it.
You're right. We can't go past like 5 seconds of it. But that's what it is. It's Who Says by Selena Gomez. Oh my, she loves you, Uncle Erik. Guys, if you're just listening to the podcast right now and not watching, the cutest moment is happening right now. She is just Pumpkin. It just jumped on Erik and she's licking his beard right now.
And headbutting me.
Headbutting you. She does that, bro. She'll just straight up headbutt you. But yeah, so. I don't know. It's a tough scenario to be in for them both. Hailey's going to get scrutinized no matter what she does. Even if she's an absolute angel in every scenario, there's going to be...
Well, there are people out there who are team Selena and people are team Hailey. So it's like... you want to say something? No, I want to say meow, meow, meow.
She's like, I have something to say about this Selena and Hailey thing. But yeah, everyone. So I mean, it's a difficult scenario to be in for everyone, for Justin, for Hailey, for Selena, and Hailey, knows what she's gonna say on the podcast, and Selena's choosing to. Oh my God, Selena is choosing to also be like, yo, let's be nice about this. It's not like Selena's like attack Hailey. Like she's being mature.
But I wonder. I guess it would be like cool if they like because Hailey Bieber has a podcast. She has like a thing that she does. She has her own like podcast or something like that. So she should just reach out. Hey, why don't you just come on my podcast and let's just talk about it?
Yo, if they had Hailey and Selena on a podcast, that would be the biggest.
And then a guest star, Justin, walks in. And he's all like looking at him like,
he's in the middle of them both. And
should
we?
What are you doing? But apparently Hailey Bieber goes in. She talks about her favorite sexual position. She talks about like threesomes and all this kind of stuff. She talks about her relationship. So oh wow. Jeez. Really? You don't want me to talk about that?
Yeah, she's like
I don't think we should be talking about that on Jen to Jen.
Yeah, she's like she literally moved the mic. That's funny.
So so it's a really interesting, shout out to Call Her Daddy. What's her face? Yeah, it's a big, huge podcast.
Nice. Well, I feel like this is a good time to wrap it up on this episode. I think, okay, so next week we're going to be talking about MagCon Wide Ended. I'm going to be saying some funny stories from it, and then that'll be the end of the MagCon stuff until we get some people from, that era.
Yeah, we should have them on. We have to have Nash, who's a dad now, 2 kids.
Of 2 kids, yeah.
It's crazy.
Wild, man.
It's wild. Nash got 2 kids, and then who else can we get on?
Any of them, yeah. Jack and Jack, Taylor, any of them,
Yeah. Well, we really want to get on is what's his face.
Oh, Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah, Sean. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, guys, and so yeah, be sure to give us your comments on the whole Hailey Justin thing, because I'm curious what you guys think about it. I have my opinions on it. I think, like I said, it's tough for all 3 of them to be in this scenario. Relationships are tough, especially when you are massive, when you are in the public eye. Whether it's you coming from, Hailey's side, Justin's side, Selena's side, it's difficult to do that in the public, and I couldn't even imagine it.
Yeah.
So, props to all 3 of them for being able to go through it gracefully as much as they could. You know what I'm saying? As much as they can. So, yeah, props to them. But like I said, that's a tough scenario to be in. So, but yeah. Anyways, I feel like that's a good
we're good
breaking off point. We got some merch coming soon. We have some, not even just merch. I want to start doing products like mugs, something like that, where we both have a mug or something like that.
And like a face cream.
Yeah, that'd be nice. The gen-to-gen face cream from one generation to another. To have you go from one generation to your next generation gracefully.
Yeah.
The gen-to-gen. You know what I'm saying?
That's so funny.
Right?
Yeah, we have our hand wash. We have our moisturizer.
Yeah.
We have our gen-to-gen toner. That'd be so great.
There you go. All right, everyone. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Matthew Espinosa.
This is Erik Griffin.
And you have watched another installment of the 30th installment of Gen to Gen. Be sure to leave your comments. Be sure to like. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Leave a review on Spotify and Apple. And we love you guys. And we'll catch you guys next week on Gen to Gen.
See ya.